gentlemen. Oh, we are live. Ahead of what many are considering to be the rally to end all rallies. Trump's mega 250th rally. Holy cow, I'm still getting fills on a lot of things. Maybe I'm the fish. Let's go. This is supposed to start at 8:30. This event started at 7, but thankfully I didn't go live by then because I knew a little better. Market's already doing like pretty great volume. I mean, granted it is such a big event, but like it's not comparable to SO2, but for recent Trump events, this is pretty good. 700K pre-market volume, and it's during a bunch of World Cup games. What's up, Roblox? Yeah, this is, I mean, Trump has marketed this as, like, the rally to end all rallies. Obviously, Trump just did a 90-minute rally yesterday. It's kind of hard to not think this is going to be, like, a complete yes fest. I mean, you can see that reflected in everything, right? Like, hottest is literally at 97 cents. Like, when's the last time we've had a rally with hottest at 97? Granted, I think 97 is very fair pricing. I would say hottest fair is like, man, if it isn't like 98 or something, I don't know. The guy's been spamming hottest. He used hottest to describe this multiple times. But you can see there's just a ton of strikes in like the 90s. Of course, White House streams are still bugging out a little on Twitter. It's a trade-off with getting better latency. How did I do on the event that got canceled? I did really good. Let me show. So, that one. It was the signing, right? We made 4,200 on that. Mostly because I was the first, or 4,300. I got notified about it being canceled really fast on the Trump Truth, and then as you can imagine, I just kind of mogged no on everything, bought all the DNQ shares. So thankfully I was at my computer, I caught the Trump Truth really fast, and I just literally bought no's for absolutely everything. So, you know, really good to stay on top of news and stuff. Definitely nice going into... Thankfully I didn't have any big yeses pre-market for that. I mean, it's a hard market to handicap. If, like, going into it, 'cause it's weird being at the Capitol. But yeah, for today, like, I'm a little upset I didn't bond some of these yeses, like hottest when it was in the 90s, a couple, like yesterday and stuff, but I don't know how much I would have been able to get. But it is what it is. I don't typically bond too many things at, like, 90. Wow, man. Like, Olympic is so... It's weird knowing this is, like, gonna be such a, big rally event and being, like, mostly on nose. But I'm on, like, the long shot nose, where I feel like I'm just selling, I don't know, pretty low risk for... Yeah, Olympic, I guess, is gonna hit in regards to the whole, like, joke he makes, I guess, with, like, the Olympic athlete. I don't see him going that hard on, like, I don't know, maybe this is a bad buy, but I don't have that much. What do I have? I'll show you guys. I mean, most of my positions are concentrated in these few, like, no low IQ, no Gulf of America. I think these are, like, really good prices in, like, the 70s. where I was getting them. Obviously, they have like a chance of hitting. Low IQ usually hits when talking about Hakeem Jeffries. Gulf of America obviously hits if he randomly decides to talk about renaming the Gulf of America. Crypto obviously can randomly hit. What were the crypto capital of the world? Yeah. I don't know. I don't really see it here. I mean, maybe you could do it. Yeah, and then like I did get some American Dream No at 40. It's a little hard at this type of event, right? It seems like American Dream makes a lot of sense, but because 2020 Olympics in U.S. Right. Yeah, I mean I get that, but I was thinking of it more in, yeah. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me for it to be 70 cents though, if it's for that reason. We'll see. But again, I don't have much. I was just feeling a little bit in the 30s. It's kind of weird seeing the prices of some things. No, I know he loves that line. I just don't know if it makes that sense for like where it's priced. It's funny where some things are priced, and then you see like BHO at 65. Like, it's weird. Like, you would think, given some of this other pricing, like BHO would be like 75 or something. Thoughts on mental institution? It's very likely to go Y. If I had to take a pick at 75, I'd probably buy yes. I think fair value is probably around like 80. There's a little bit of a risk with him weaving mental institution, because he can say like insane asylum and sometimes like dodge mental institution, or he can say like mental patients and sometimes dodge mental institution. But it's pretty unlikely. They've talked about this speech, and like crime seems to be a really big factor that they're probably going to talk about. And with crime, you get to border. He's going to definitely talk about how safe the border is, crime in DC. So it'll be very hard for him to get away from that. What tool lets you refresh like that? Like for these? Well, I mean, you can fast forward any stream usually on this, but there's add-ons you can get for. I use a Chrome extension. There's a ton you can find. I don't even know which specific one I use, but there's a bunch available. But Twitter is like pretty broken with these streams where you have to like refresh, you have to actually physically refresh because it'll crash. I don't know what happened. They did a change like a month ago and just like blew it all up. But yeah, I feel pretty good about my fills, to be honest, on most of these. I mean, like I said, I wish I was top of book on hottest at 93, and then somebody jumped me a ton. I would love to fill hottest at 93. I'm hoping maybe yeah, it still crashes for everyone. I don't know why it's such a pain in the ass, but I would love to see this speech go like 20 minutes without like a hottest or anything like that. It'd be incredible to be able to fill like a hottest in the 80s, but I feel like he's gonna say hottest in like one of the first sentences potentially. And then Trillion, like I would love to be able to just buy Trillion a little cheaper, so it'd be great if you went a little while without saying all this stuff. Thinking about sizing up live? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I actually went into this thinking like I was mostly gonna trade it live, but then there were just really good fills you could get on some of these like no's when it started getting a lot of volume. How long do I think the speech will last? Well, actually, they have a market on this that's probably pretty decent. This one is saying, it's priced around, granted it's pretty thin liquidity, but it seems like people think it'll be like an hour 15. Dang, maybe even like close to an hour 30. Oh, the B2s just went over. So Trump might be coming out very soon. Be careful with Midnight Hammer No when you see those B2 bombers. I'll tell you that.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Rumble in the Sky, we return to the America 250 stage. And
is this it? Is this Trump?
Forming All America and Nessun Dorma, accompanied by the President's own United States Marine Band.
No, it's not a Marine Band. Yeah, I mean, most people think this will be like an hour 15. Okay, what I will say about this speech is just stuff to consider, because I thought about this speech a lot. Like, the very obvious play on this speech is to be like, okay, this is the rally to end all rallies for Trump, therefore I should be positioned on yes for everything, because it's going to be a yes sweep, and just farm all these yes shares, which is more likely than not like a good play, as long as you're on like, you're not on like crazy ones. I don't know, you're on like the obvious ones. But you know, like I was trying to think of like any angles to where like that thesis could prove wrong, and it could be very like, you know, risky. And like the one angle I could see, and I think I talked to a couple people about this too, that they were bringing up, is maybe there's a world. Again, I don't think this is likely. I'm just thinking of like the kind of edge cases to where like this could go very unexpected. And that would be like if he decided to make this not very political, which there's some semblance of a chance, right? You know? And that would more so mean he treats it almost like a July 4th speech where he's like, you know, talks about the USA's founding, says how great we're doing a little bit, and maybe like doesn't dive as much into politics. Obviously, I think that's very unlikely being Trump, but that's the one tail risk. And then that's where like, yeah, for sure. But you know, we don't talk about that necessarily. But the other thing is if he were to take that angle, potentially he'd be a little more friendly, where like things like transgender could potentially miss, right? We saw that with State of the Union. Trans Y was like 82 cents pre-market. I think I had 5K trans Y going into SODU because, I mean, he brought someone who transitioned. And then he decided to say transitioned, you know? So do I think he's going to do that now? No, but like that's the tail risk. And then he could just decide to be like a little more friendly maybe because this goes to more people. You got slammed on the Trump rug. I'm sorry, Medicine. I was telling the other person I was probably your counterparty. I farmed right on the notification. If you had bids up, I probably filled your bids. I got a lot on the cancellation. Look, I'm not proud of it, but you got to do what you got to do. Let's see. But yeah, that's my thoughts on like the potential risk for this, I guess, of like dodging something like that. But I don't think it's likely. I think we'll know pretty fast too what it's gonna be like, you know, in the sense if he comes out swinging, because obviously today he wants to pass the SAVE Act. He denied signing that housing bill. I do have a timer set up, given there is the length market. Man, though, I expected this to start at 7. Now it's probably not going to start till 9. This, like, takes up a whole day. It's crazy. And I was on my computer all day, so it's just, I guess, 16 hours at my computer today. It's the way it goes, man. Such is life. There were supposed to be 3 Trump events today. And then I missed after that event earlier today. I guess it stayed up for a while, and people were getting really good fills after his NATO Secretary General event ended. Did, like, 500K volume. After the speech was over, and I went out to get pizza. What am I doing? Man, what is happening with Gulf of America? Am I like missing something? Hopefully I don't get rinsed on this. I don't know, it just seems like bizarre pricing. It's got a lot of performers. Fair value on Trans Y? You know, it's really hard to think about because you know what I was saying earlier about like the way he could avoid Trans Y is like if he decides to be a little nicer, right? And like, you know, yeah, decides to be like kinder in terms of not saying Trans Y and instead just saying men and women's sports. But the issue there is like SAVE Act is so likely to come up, and you know there's really no other way he can say transgender mutilization. You know, like that's the line. That's the line he's got to say. You can't say mutilization of trans, like you know. So given that, it's like so hard to dodge. I would probably say fair value of Trans Y is man, I don't know. I'd probably say like 85. Yeah, I remember that. But, you know, Gustavo, he tried not to say it in front of the kids. Do you remember? He avoided it in front of the kids, then talked for 40 minutes and got on to the topic of Save Act and then hit it. But yeah, I remember that. That was a crazy event. And I sold out of all mine like right then. Man, I just hope some of these they don't hit like right in the beginning. I can like fill a ton of hottest and stuff. Be nice if we had a little bit of time. Another interesting one to watch. This is kind of an alpha leak, but you know, it is what it is. You guys have probably seen it by now. Trump ends his rallies very frequently with "We will make America great again" or "strong again." We will make America healthy again. He ends it with all those lines. Big question is he going to do his traditional rally ending here? So I would just keep an eye on that strike, see if it decays. Theoretically, pretty unlikely to come up naturally during the speech. So most of the fair value on Maha is just baked into his closing. So as soon as he gets into that closing, it's when you'll know. Unless he does a Make America Dr. Oz again. All right, Joe Baby Joe's getting cheap again. Interesting. Fitness. Man, I'm going into the rally to end all rallies for Trump, and I'm on almost all no shares. What am I doing? Does this mean I'm about to just get completely rinsed? Radical left, is that a new strike? Damn. So he's been hitting radical left a lot in reference to the New York people that won last night, because it was mostly Democratic Socialists that won last night. You know, is he going to bring that up at this rally? Probably a decent chance, but I don't know, man. 75 for radical left. That's a little much. But let me see. I mean, just generally looking at it, I would say that's a little expensive. But let's see. Let's look at some of these priors. And does that fit here in celebrating America's 250th to rag on radical left? I don't know. But look, people really like it clearly. What's this? What are they saying? Is Trump coming?
Ladies and gentlemen, preparing to perform the greatest patriotic anthem of all time.
The greatest.
God bless the USA. Please welcome
the most patriotic anthem of all time. God bless the USA.
Lee Greenwood.
I don't know. I'm just saying of like all the things that are expensive, I probably wouldn't buy radical left in the 70s of all the other stuff. This is it. This is like the... Dude, my friend is in DC, and he was like, should I go to this? I'm like, look, I'm not necessarily a fan of Trump myself, but you bet your ass I'd be there. This is like a historic event. It's the 250. This is going to go down in the history books.
Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, because our flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
Wow, so they're literally... They're singing the actual Trump walkout song rather than just playing it. Here we go.
And the 47th President of the United States.
Good luck, everyone. I'm pulling my bids down.
Donald J. Trump.
Wow, they're doing the live rally walkout song. This is crazy.
Across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea. From Detroit
I'm gonna get ready
down
to
to
start this
Houston.
timer. Wow, they're
and New
doing
York
it
to
live. They're
LA.
doing rally music
There's
live.
pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say,
Wow, this is so
that I'm
funny.
proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right
This
to
is
me.
getting Trump
And I
fired up
gladly
100%.
stand up next to you and defend her still today.
This is Trump's best ever creation.
I love this land.
Wait, did something just go crazy in
God
place?
bless the USA.
Holy shit.
And I'm proud to be an American.
Dude, these prices get so insane live. I don't know if it's just a bot, just like, oh, look at the flyover to it. Oh my, Trump is going all out for these. Wow.
Next to you and defend her still today. Was there any doubt? I love this land.
Not gonna lie, that is pretty good.
God bless the
This is pure American.
God bless our president.
Here we go. Okay, I gotta get the timer ready. No, are you kidding me? He hasn't said anything yet.
Well, thank you, Lee, and hello, Washington, and a
Timer
very
started.
big hello to America. Thank you. And 10 days from now, our country will celebrate one of the most monumental milestones in human history. We will mark 250 years of glorious American freedom. In 1776, our founding fathers met in Philadelphia and changed the world forever and ever with a thing called the Declaration of Independence. They proclaimed the eternal truth that we are endowed by our Creator with the rights to
Dude,
life,
what are some of
liberty,
these
and the pursuit
prices?
of happiness.
Am I getting farmed
We
on
all
some of these
made,
strikes?
and you know that, free and equal by the hand of Almighty God. Those timeless
Someone just bought Gold for America
American
up to
principles
90.
did not just win a revolution, but they built us into the greatest, strongest, and most exceptional nation the world has ever known. There has never been anything like the United States of America, and together we are making it bigger and better and stronger and far more exceptional than ever before. Today we have the largest economy on earth. We have the strongest military on earth. We have the most powerful technology on earth. We have the greatest culture on earth. And above all, we have the greatest people on earth. Greatest. Tonight, as we stand on the edge of our 250th year of independence, I
he's
am
kind of
thrilled
making
to
this-
declare that America is
It's
back.
Okay, it's kind of July 4th vibes a little bit so far. Still not too political.
As you know very well, a short time ago, we were a dead country. We were
Here's
dead.
hottest.
Now we're the hottest
Right off the
country
bat.
anywhere in the world. We're respected by
obvious.
everybody. Nobody's laughing at us anymore.
Hit too early, man. I knew it was
2
gonna be
years
like one
ago,
of the
they were
first
laughing. Now, we're the most respected anywhere. Think of it, anywhere in the world. Where were we 2 years ago? We weren't respected. We were a joke. We're not a joke anymore. Most powerful country in the world. But just like those patriots of 1776, over the past 17 months, we have taken power back from the far-off political class. They're trying to gain it back, but it's
Okay,
not
now
gonna
he's getting
happen.
into politics pretty heavily, so.
We have reclaimed our sovereignty, regained our liberty, restored our prosperity, and we have saved our country. In all things, we're once again putting a thing called America
First. Okay, America first. Glad I was not on a ton of no's
And
there.
last week we signed a historic agreement to end the conflict with Iran,
Okay, getting
fully
into
open
Iran.
the Strait of Hormuz, and accomplish what no president has ever been able to accomplish before. Iran will never have
That's
a
two
nuclear
Irans.
weapon. That's done.
Might get into Barack Hussein Obama. Oh, I gotta refresh here.
No Navy, no Air Force, no anti-aircraft
Twitter.
capacity, no missile launches, no manufacturing, and their leadership has been obliterated. And for the first time in 3,000 years, we are finally going to have peace.
Oh my gosh, these Twitter
Going to have
streams,
peace in the Middle East. We're going to
Okay.
have peace in the Middle East. Since the agreement, the stock market and your
Stock market.
401ks are skyrocketing upward, and oil prices are plummeting downward today. It hit a new low, and the world is
Twitter, man. What is Twitter doing?
and the world is a much safer place. We had to make that little
There's-
journey to Iran to do what we did.
That's what, 3
Very soon
Irans?
you'll be at $2.50 a gallon for gasoline, and even lower than that, just
Dude, this is worse than before Twitter.
like it
All
was
right.
before we took the
I'm gonna
nuclear
go
weapon
back to
away from Iran,
one-
and it will be
1x
away
speed.
from Iran for
All right, that's 5
a
Irans
long
for
time.
sure. So Iran 5 plus
Forever,
already hit.
Really. In
It was
my
what,
first
80
term, I
cents?
rebuilt our military and created the
Space
greatest
Force
economy in the
could
history of the
potentially
world. We
come
had the
here.
greatest economy in history. And now we are going to blow that away. We're doing
it's already
better,
up to
much
80
better
cents.
than even the first term. America's 250th year is set for an economic boom, the lights of which no nation
Lights?
has ever seen before. No nation has ever been in the place that we are right now. In 4 long years of the last administration, which was a total disaster.
Is he gonna get into
They got
Sleepy
less
Joe?
than $1 trillion
Oh, in
of
investments?
new investment
Yeah.
in our country. That's less than $1 trillion in 4 years.
Man,
in
he
my
hit
first
all the
11
bonds like
months,
so early.
we secured commitments for $19.1 trillion of new investment from all over the globe, and they're building factories and plants, and they're
AI
building
potentially,
everything
or is he just
all
gonna
over
say
our country.
plants?
The stock market has set 73 all-time record highs since the election, and more Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Thank you. On the 4th of July, 1 year ago, I signed the largest tax cuts in American history, the largest spending cuts in American history, and the largest regulation cuts in American history by far. In the American Revolution, they had a saying, no tax on tea. But
Oh,
with
now they're
the
gonna go,
great
no
big
tax
beautiful
on
bill,
tips.
we did even better. We gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. And we also made interest on auto loans. You go out and buy an automobile, the interest on the loan is fully tax deductible, never happened before, but only if the car happens to be made in America. And we're setting records in automobile construction. Our country is strong again, our country is wealthy again, and our country is safe again. In January 2025, we inherited the worst, most dangerous,
Okay.
most wide open,
Now
and
he's gonna get into
insecure
border.
in history. And we have quickly turned it into the strongest, most secure border in the history of our country. For the past 13 months, 0 illegal aliens
Yeah,
have been
this is
admitted
just a
into
best
the
of
United
politics.
States.
This is just a best of rally for Trump. He's kind of
We
going
are
through stuff
removing
pretty fast, though,
murderers,
interestingly.
gang
Like, he's
members,
moving from topic
drug
to
dealers,
topic
and
pretty fast.
dangerous
And he's
criminals
pretty,
by the thousands. They came in through a
prepared.
ridiculous open border.
he's
I want to
like,
say a very special
pretty
thanks to
efficient
all
so
of the
far.
men and women who have helped
he's really not like
liberate
too
America
rambly.
from this scourge, the heroes of ICE and Border Patrol. You are heroes. You are heroes.
Wow, mental institutions
With the help
just
of
completely
our law
tanked.
enforcement heroes, in 2025, we achieved the largest drop in the murder rate ever recorded to the lowest level in 125 years. That's the year 1900. We cut the flow of fentanyl across our border
Fentanyl.
by 66%. Drugs coming in by ocean or by sea are down 97%. And Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest, most beautiful cities anywhere in the United States of America. For many years, our country was ruled by politicians who let America and its capital fall into decline and total disrepair. The city named in honor of General George Washington was turned into a national disgrace, but not anymore. Today, the homeless encampments are gone. The graffiti is gone. Since I took office, more than 50 monuments and memorials have been repaired and beautified. Here we go. He gets into a reflecting pool a bit. Maybe,
how does it break here? I wasn't even fast forwarded. What are we doing?
Station, the statue of Christopher Columbus is clean and fountain. That fountain is flowing and it looks so beautiful. I just looked at it. Coming over, it is so beautiful. That white marble is nice and clean. There's no more graffiti stains all over it. The water is cascading at Meridian Hill Park. And I am personally, along with Doug and some of my friends, renovating Lafayette Square at the front door of the White House, and it's going to be beautiful and opens in a short period of time. And the reflecting pool that you've heard so much about, which is so incredible, it's been gruesomely vandalized by thugs, bad people. But soon, will be looking as beautiful as it looked just 2 weeks ago. In fact, I looked at it just a little while ago. It looks perfect already. But we're fixing it. The vandals got to it. They've largely been caught and are being prosecuted. We can't let that happen to our country. Can't let that happen. But it looks beautiful. Under the Trump administration, America is once again a nation of self-respect, dignity, and pride. Under our leadership, America will also be a nation that dares to dream and to build again. We want to build again and dream again. The American dream is
American
again.
Dream.
That's something that nobody thought they'd be saying when you went through that last 4 years of incompetence.
Kind of a weird way.
For the 100th anniversary of our founding in
of American Dream, just kind of. I don't know. I guess it's so coded. Talking about history
the Washington
of America.
Monument, and the work began on the Statue of Liberty. For our 150th year, we built Colonial Williamsburg. Remember that, Colonial Williamsburg, how beautiful it was. For the 200th year, we built the National Air and Space Museum and renovated the United 50th anniversary. We are likewise building new monuments to American greatness to serve every future president and First Lady. We're building the most beautiful ballroom anywhere in the world, right at the White House. Right at the White House. It's going to be completed very soon. And just across the bridge in front of Arlington Cemetery, we're building a magnificent, really beautiful. This is going to be something you're going to like. Totally magnificent triumphal arc to honor the 250-year triumph of the American spirit, American military.
Yeah, you did nail
and frankly, American competence. In West Potomac Park, we are creating the National Garden of American Heroes, featuring 250 or more statues of the greatest Americans who have ever lived. It's going to be beautiful. And next week at Freedom Plaza, we will unveil the Spirit of 76 exhibition honoring the heroes and martyrs of the American Revolution. And remember, 1776, what a time that was. Where we've come from there, what a date it is. It's a date like no other date. From Athens to Rome, from London to Paris, from New York to LA, and from all of the other parts of the world, the great civilizations of history.
Oh, come on, White House.
Aging ruins of the past. They built new cities, they created new monuments, and they forged towering legacies that still inspire the world after hundreds and even thousands of years. As America turns 250 years old, young by comparison to some, but superior to any nation that's ever been built, no matter how many years it took. We are the inheritors of these incredible traditions, We are the ones who are carrying forward the light
Oh, come on, White House stream. I'm not even speeding it
beginning
up.
of the golden age of America. We're in the golden age. There's
Golden
never been an
age.
age like this. There's never been an age like this. This anniversary is a time to be proud of our past, but it is also a time to lift our sights, expand our ambitions, and raise our expectations of what America can be. We will leave our children nothing less than the richest inheritance, most advanced civilization, and highest standard of living in human history. There's never been anything like it. But with all of that being said, the best is yet to come. Best is yet to come. I'm very pleased to be joined tonight by our great Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Mike.
Oh, he's gonna get into the
Thank you.
Speaker Save America Act maybe here.
He's been great. Attorney General.
Oh, come on, Twitter streams.
Who works with me so hard on the monuments and the fountains. He loves it like I do. Doug Burgum.
I'm not
Doug,
even set
thank you
up.
very much. Secretary of Agriculture, and those prices are tumbling down. They're
Oh, is he gonna
tumbling
get into
down.
soybean
We
here?
inherited a mess.
No?
Brooke Rollins. Thank you, Brooke. Secretary of Labor, Keith Sonderling. Secretary of Transportation, you heard him, and he's great. Sean Duffy. Sean, thank you. Our wonderful Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. Secretary of Homeland Security, Mark Wayne Mullen from Oklahoma. Acting Director of National Intelligence, Bill Pulte. Thank you, Bill. FBI Director, Kash Patel.
Cash is there. Everyone's there.
Dr. Mehmet Oz.
No Maha mention on Dr. Oz?
Ambassador Monica Crowley. Thank you, Monica. And countless members, so many members of Congress, I will not go over the names, and senators, we appreciate that you're here. This is a very special night. Thank you all very much, the Senate and the House. As you know, over the past few weeks, America has been proudly hosting the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and it's setting attendance records
World Cup?
and television
Probably
rating
Olympics.
records like
Good chance
never
Olympics
before.
might be
Who would have
coming.
thought this was going to happen? They would say it's not our primary sport, but it's happening. And I want to just congratulate my friend, FIFA President Gianni Infantino. He's been fantastic.
Congratulate Johnny. Is he going to talk
He's
Olympics?
very happy. Everything is a record. It's like having a Super Bowl every day. And I know everyone joins me in wishing Team USA good luck in their match tomorrow against Turkey in Los Angeles.
I'm going to the official watch party for that match tomorrow. I'm very excited.
They're doing great. Every day of my administration, we're delivering one historic
Dude,
victory after
I
the
have gotten
next
the
for the American
craziest
people.
fills on Gulf of
We're
America.
unleashing
No, I'm probably not going to buy
American
more.
energy
Someone was
dominance and
filling this
drill,
at, like,
baby, drill.
oh,
You
drill, baby,
remember
drill.
during the campaign,
Wow.
drill, baby, drill.
I tried to size into that and I couldn't.
And
Thank
America
God.
is now the
But, like,
largest producer of oil and gas
5K
on earth,
Gulf of America, no, it's
larger than
66.
Russia and
Am I
Saudi
getting
Arabia
farms?
by far combined.
Fair value. This is like 15, maybe 10.
And
like,
under my most
10
favored
cents.
nation agreement on drug prices,
I don't know.
we
Maybe
are
someone has
delivering
a
the
script,
largest
'cause
reduction
I'm like,
in drug price history
who
with
the hell? Someone
price
filled me
differences
at
of
15 cents for no.
400, 500,
Like, someone was
and
wiping
even
the book.
600%. Who
We'll
would
see.
think that if you took down a 0.5%, somebody said you were a genius, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800%? Nobody's seen anything like it. We had the highest drug
Inflation?
prices
Oh,
in the
drug
world,
prices.
and now we're going to be having the lowest drug prices in the world. And you think that was easy. It wasn't. For decades, Americans paid the highest prices. Think of that.
So he's gonna get
There's
into the
never been
tariff and no
time
bit.
where when I took this over, the highest prices, and now, just remember, you go to TrumpRx.gov and you get
TrumpRx.
what you're looking for at prices so much lower
being
that a lot of
super
people don't
efficient
even
so
believe
far.
it's happening. We passed the largest ever investment in the United States military, more than $1 trillion, and this year, all made in the USA, we're going to be asking.
He totally
Nick Hegseth
could.
and
He totally could.
General Raisin
Because
Kane
so
and all
far,
of us, we're
he's
going
been
in. By the way,
very
how good is our military?
on
how
track.
good is our military?
Space Force, maybe again, as he talks to the military. I always wonder if he's gonna. It comes up kind of randomly. but-
1 week, Iran was essentially
Okay, no, he's
finished.
going back into Iran. See,
In
now
1
he's
hour,
rambling.
Venezuela was finished.
There's Venezuela.
And
How cheap did
yes, we have
Venezuela
other
get, by
things
the
in
way?
store, but
Oh,
we
Cuba?
don't wanna
Is he gonna
get
talk
carried
about
away.
Cuba?
Recruitment for every branch of our armed forces
Whoa,
so important.
that was like a
records.
huge-
18 months ago.
Wait, what?
We
the
had
f-
shortages.
That was a
and now we
huge
have
hint at
waiting lists.
Cuba.
We couldn't get
Are there
people to
markets
join
on
the
Cuba?
military. None of them, none of the branches.
That felt
They
like
were
a
all dying
huge-
to get people. They couldn't.
Okay,
Then the thing
Space
happened on
Force,
November 5th. It's called
maybe.
a great election victory. And from
As he's
that
getting into
moment
this?
on, now you can't even get into the military. We have waiting lists to get into the military and to become policemen and to become firemen. It's really fantastic what's happened. The spirit in this country is like from a different planet from what it was a year and a half ago. In a flawless and breathtaking operation earlier this year,
Midnight Hammer?
America's armed
Or
forces captured
Maduro?
the outlaw dictator
Okay,
of
Maduro.
Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro,
This is
and
kinda
brought him
scary
back
for
to
going
face
to,
American justice. One of the great military raids in history, if you remember. And here at home, we abolished DEI across the entire federal government. We don't want DEI.
Shoot. He's going into DEI.
And we got critical race theory out of
He
our
could get
schools.
into renaming the Gulf of America.
And I signed the largest expansion of school choice in history. And we have begun the process of abolishing the Federal Department of Education. Thank you, Linda. Because we're sending education back to the states where it belongs. We banned the transgender mutilization of
transgender.
children.
I don't know why I thought there was like potentially a
And we
chance
made it
against
the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Crazy he's going back to DEI though. This is like OG rally.
We got men out of
It
women's
kind of
sports.
scares me actually for things like Gulf of America because that's like
We
his
renamed the
Go-
Gulf of Mexico
It's
after
gonna go.
350
I knew
years.
it. It's actually gonna be.
They are 100 years older than we are. We named
It's
the
gonna
Gulf
be Gulf of America.
Mexico, the Gulf of America.
I knew when this guy was
And
talking
restored
about
the name of the
DEI
great President William McKinley to
That it
Mount
was
McKinley,
so
where it belonged.
in. Oh
And
my
tonight,
gosh.
right here on the National Mall, we are beginning the most unforgettable birthday party any country
I
has
was like,
ever
this
seen.
is
Oh,
so
you're gonna have a
live
good
as soon as he
time.
got to DEI.
You're gonna have a good
Oh
time.
my gosh, I got so
This
rinsed
evening,
on
it's
that
my
Gulf of
honor to
America.
officially kick off the celebration with the Great American State Fair. It's going to be great. It's going to be unbelievable. So from today through July 10th, this event will showcase all 56 states and territories. There will be no military flyovers. And I want to tell you something, because they're going to be beyond flyovers. There'll be something like you've never seen. You get just a little tiny glimpse of it tonight.
That's
By the way,
crazy,
how
though.
good is our Air Force? How good is our... Nobody's ever seen. Those planes, they are serious planes. When the bad guys see those planes coming, they say, we give up. But we're going to have special performances, patriotic music, high-tech demonstrations, unique exhibitions, a FIFA fan zone, which is great, and it really has been big stuff, and even an old-fashioned rodeo. I love rodeo. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. Then on July 4th, we will have the greatest show of all on the National Mall. Your favorite president will be speaking. So please show up. Because if we have 2 empty seats, you know what's going to happen? The fake news is going to say he didn't
Here
fill
goes
out
into
the
fake
arena.
news.
No, I'll be speaking. I'll be very proudly speaking as we ring in our 250th year with the largest fireworks display in world history, 10 times larger than any that we've ever done in Washington or in the United States. So if you like fireworks, then in August, we're going to have what's called the Patriot Games, a first of its kind competition featuring the greatest high school athletes from all across the United States. And applications are open through July 10th. These are the best athletes in the country, young athletes. And soon thereafter, we'll have a Freedom 250 Grand Prix right here in Washington around the Capitol. That's the great Roger Penske. Roger Penske. It's going to be an Indy race that they've been trying to get. He said, we've been trying to get it for 29 years. We came to Washington over 200 times. And with you as president, we came here a half an hour and it was done. So we're going to have Indy wrapping around the Capitol, down Pennsylvania Avenue. It's going to be amazing. It's in August. In conclusion, 250 years ago, a new nation was founded by farmers and soldiers, shopkeepers and tradesmen who stood strong to defend their rights, their families, and their freedom from tyranny across the sea, from every city and town, from the mountains and valleys, from the backwoods and rocky shores. They came thousands to fill the ranks of American patriots and enlist their lives in the righteous cause of independence. That's what they did. This exceptional nation was forged and won by some of the bravest, toughest, strongest, most extraordinary people ever to stride the earth. Together we stand on the shoulders of incomparable heroes such as George Washington,
Wow, still no
Thomas
Save America Act.
Jefferson,
Wow, Save
John
America Act is
Adams,
completely flipped, by the way.
Abraham Lincoln, Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, John Paul Jones, John Hancock at Lexington and Concord, Brooklyn and Saratoga, Trenton and Yorktown, and at Independence Hall in Philadelphia. These real-life legends and American icons poured out their blood, sweat, and tears and risked everything they had to purchase and to live the most priceless and glorious inheritance of any people ever to be on this earth. They all lived by the oath that Patrick Henry made immortal: give me liberty or give me death.
Wait.
For 250 years, every generation of Americans
No, I don't think
have
so.
taken
I
up
don't
the
know why
same
these-
call to freedom, from the storied alleys of Boston to the
Dang, I
streets
thought
of
about Arnie
Philadelphia,
Trans
from the
Wide with
golden
Save
fields
America
of
Act, by the way.
Michigan
Should've done that.
to the gleaming shores of California, and from Texas to Florida to right here in now beautiful and extremely safe Washington, D.C. Our American ancestors fought and won the most vicious battles. They explored and settled the most dangerous frontiers and let no challenge ever break their spirit or their pride. They
Seems
were
like you
proud
might
to
be.
be Americans. They love our country. They look down on us now. They love our people. Americans crossed the Great Plains, scaled the mighty Rockies, tamed the Wild West, and turned this continent into industrial powerhouses like nobody has ever seen. We laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built the great highways, invented the airplane, won 2 world wars,
Well, I guess
defeated
if this
fascism
is how it
and
ends, we were
communism.
somewhat right, where
We're
it's
gonna
like,
have to do that again.
at least with our chance of this
And
going
led
not as
humanity
political
into space
in the beginning.
and we did it all in the
Wish I
span of
made more
just
money on it.
250
God, Build
years.
America? What the
Now
fuck?
we are expanding the glory
No
of
way, that
American
was not a
freedom
goodbye. That shit
into
was so
horizon,
weird.
really into a horizon that's never been seen before. We've never
I don't know. That
reached
was
so
the
high
most
as
sus
we're reaching
price activity
right now. This is our
I've seen on a
heritage.
mention. That was
This is
crazy.
our history. And this is the destiny of America, to be the greatest, most incredible country ever to grace the earth. We are one people, one nation, marching into one magnificent
Does he not
future
end
under
with the
our great
typical
American
rally
flag that we love and
finish?
respect so much. And tonight we prepare to enter our 250th year. We are more determined than ever to remember these phrases. You've heard them.
Oh, he's gonna do the
many
Make
times
America Healthy
before.
Again, Make America Strong Again.
We
He
will
is rapping.
make America powerful again.
Yep.
We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, America. Thank you. Thank you very
Wow.
much.
Very short speech. People were pricing this to be super long. Dude. Golf was a great spot. Why was it under 20 cents? I'm just looking at someone in the Discord. Wow. That's crazy that like we were pretty accurate on like potential for this being shorter than a lot of people were expecting. Because this was very short compared to what people expected. Under 30 minutes. I didn't even look at the timing market, by the way. I'm sure there were like good clicks on the timing market. Wow, I should have been on SAVAC now. Crazy. But I got completely rinsed on this. Oh my gosh, because of Gulf of America. I guess it made sense with, I don't know, the theme of the rally, but damn. I got rinsed on Gulf of America. Huh. 60 cent average. I don't understand how that made sense. Who would buy Gulf of America at 40 cents? I don't know. I guess that's just variance. I'll just chalk it up to that. Pretty crazy price. But it is what it is. Dang, I'm pretty upset that I missed, yeah, by his standards, very short. People expect this to be super long. I basically gave back almost majority of my profits from Trump earlier today. Darn. Man, I don't know. I don't know what to think on freaking Gulf of America. I'm like, did I make a terrible play? Or did, like, it seemed like such a good play with the price I was getting. But I don't know, man. I guess I'll chalk it up to variance. Also, kind of odd American Dream knock there. But yeah, that was pretty short. I was actually kind of freaking accurate with what I was saying earlier about like him not making it political and being quick. I wish I like acted on it more. Could have made more money getting like SAVAC no. Damn. Well, brutal run with the Gulf of America. But it happens. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, it was very short. Everything was so high pre-speech because people expected this to be like a 3-hour rally, you know? I just can't believe in a 20-minute rally this guy hits Gulf of America. That is so crazy. Too serious a tone to say Democrat? I mean, he'll hit that in like a ton of different contexts, but yeah, I'm just sad because it looks like our thesis of like him going very historical was like pretty accurate, but we didn't really trade on too much except having a bunch of no's. I mean, I don't know, bizarre Gulf of America hit, but it happens, man. Would have gone the other way in profit had he not hit the Gulf of America. What a crazy way to hit in the last bit. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back as always. Take care.